So you play Dottie, who's a mechanical truck. Are you at all handy with sort of things under bonnets?
Yeah, unfortunately, this was not typecasting in that sense. No, I could probably learn a few things from Dottie about being able to fix an engine or change a tire. But I am pretty crafty. I mean, the kind of stuff, the imagination that I have, and like 1 year when my daughter was much younger, I threw her a Charlie and the Chocolate Factory birthday party, and I got all these fake ficus trees, and then I like hot glued gummy cherries all over them, so that you could pull them off in a way where you could eat the cherries. And do you know those candies that are on the strip? They're like little dot candies. I did a whole wall of those so that you could go up and lick the candy or whatever. Because I tried. So I like to push the envelope on things that I'm not necessarily an expert at, but I like to make things and fix things and do. But mechanics is maybe a step out of my genre.
Dottie and Dusty, they have this great friendship, don't they?
Yes.
Do you have a special friend who you think that's the person who has the same sort of relationship?
I think I'm lucky to have, a few friends that have been in my life long enough and truthfully enough to be able to be the kind of friend that can tell me the truth, but can also not, uninspire me from wanting to go reach a dream. Like I think I'm lucky to have a few friends like that. I think everybody should have one at least.
So no one's ever told you a truth you didn't want to hear?
No, I think maybe they have, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, I think those are important friends because they're not mean. They're trying to be, a realistic reflection of a moment in time. And I think in this movie, she is right. She is saying you're not really qualified to do this. It might be a dream of yours, but the truth is you could get really hurt, and I don't want that for you. But then she's also the kind of friend that once she sees how important this is, then she's going to do everything she can to make it safe and make him be the best that he is capable of being.
And are you a happy flyer? Do you like going on planes?
I do like going on planes. I mean, I'm not a bad flyer. I'm not an elated flyer. The part is I don't like the airport. That's that whole hassle of packing and security and disrobing and re-robing and, being patted everywhere. I could probably do without that whole part of the experience, but I understand that it's necessary and that's important. But the actual plane part is usually pretty good. I come prepared with my own pillow and some water and maybe some dried fruit. I think my favorite thing about it is nobody can reach you. It's those few hours where you just have to tech down, because you just can't do anything about it.
Do you remember that moment you first turned left on a plane and you went first class the first time? Was it a sort of brilliant moment?
Oh, yes, I absolutely do. And since I have been able to fly first class, which is really fun, not going to lie, I equally find myself flying in coach because I just, especially as a mom, I think it's important to do both. You can't, otherwise I think you end up with spoiled children. You have to be able to live all different kinds of lives to prepare them for everything. But it's kind of what makes flying in first class still special. If you always do the greatest thing, then maybe it loses its little, sparkly dust. But when it's sort of a treat, then that's great.
What's your favorite destination to go on a plane?
We have traveled. I've made travel a really important part of our life because I think it's so important. And we've been a lot of great places, so that's really hard to answer. Australia, Africa, a lot of parts of Europe, here, of course, but I haven't been here in a long time. I need to come back and spend more time. And really driving, actually, all across America. That's good, too.
And what's your travel tip for you? So when you get off, you look really fresh for the paparazzi?
Oh, well, I'm sure, as you can see on the internet, I am not the best celebrity to talk to about how do you always have great shots with the paparazzi. I probably don't think about it as much as I should. So there's plenty of lousy shots of me. What is the trick there? That's an awful lot to ask of someone to look good after a 10-hour overnight sleepless flight. Sunglasses, I guess that's the trick.